If only it were that easy, right? Just look at your college apps and tell them to be quiet, and then you're done. No, it's so much more than just college apps. It's maintaining all your grades and being on varsity and prepping for the debate tournament and trying to make the most of your senior year and whatever free time you have. I mean, it's crazy. And the reason I'm saying that, the reason for all of this, like why this senior liturgy exists at this point in time, is because I think we all need to be reminded of a couple things. See, when so much turns to too much and everything kind of gets lost in the chaos, we need to all just take a step back for a second and breathe. Why are you terrified? Do you not yet have faith? When Miss Wyman first asked me to do this reflection, the original prompt she wanted me to reflect upon was choosing a specific time in my life when I felt overwhelmed and explain how I was able to find peace in the midst of the chaos. And after thinking about it for a while, I came to realize there was no specific moment that stood out to be above all the others, because the truth is, I'm always overwhelmed. The truth is, all of us are always overwhelmed. Whether it be stress or grief or anxiety or whatever it may be, we all have that something that holds us back, that makes us feel like the boat is going to sink and there's no way we're going to make it across the river. But then again, why are we so terrified all the time? Do we not yet have faith? The thing is, I think a lot of us hear the word overwhelmed and immediately jump to all the negativity in our lives, all the things that are causing the boat to sink. But just take a moment to think of all the beautiful, positive things that you're overwhelmed with in your life. Like, take this, for example. I want you guys to do me a favor and just think of a really nice steak, right? Or for all the vegetarians, right? Like a really nice block of tofu, whatever you want to, I don't know, Brussels sprouts or something. Think about it. As soon as you take a bite of that steak, or tofu, you feel overwhelmed by how good it tastes, right? We're so overwhelmed by so much more than we think, like nature and music and God and love. And it's beautiful and rejuvenating when you take the time to stop and shift your perspective a little bit. And I know it's easier said than done. I know for one, I have things I do in my free time that can help me get through a week, right, as I'm sure we all do. I do try to meditate, to write songs and stories and whatever I can to filter out the noise of reality a little bit. And those things are great, but they aren't really what keep me going, what makes me get out of bed in the morning. It's the little things. It's the beautiful little things that still manage to overwhelm me, no matter how small they may seem in the moment. Like, for example, there's this one freshman. Some of you guys may know him. His name's Brandon. And I know him because we both have 7th off together. And if I'm lucky, then I'll get the chance to catch up with him and ask him how his week's been, that kind of stuff. Brandon is legally blind, but it's crazy because he can see so much clearer than any of us can. He's trying to get involved in everything he can. Like, he got a ticket to the back-to-school dance. He's in the pit, and his smile is like the most contagious thing ever. It's crazy. So if I'm having a day where the boat is just flipped over and the storm is raging, Brandon is the breeze that slows it all down. It's the little things that are going to get us across this river. It's the little pockets of time we take out of our crazy schedule to just take a second and collect ourselves, or maybe catch up with a friend who we haven't had the time to talk to because of everything else going on. Look around and see and appreciate the things that personally give you faith in humanity, and don't just pass over them. Something we did on a life core retreat this past summer was getting to read letters from seniors in the last couple weeks of high school. So, us in a couple months. And something that Jackson Walker's letter said was to take a moment of every single day to just stop and look around and take a breath and just be. And, me being me, I thought, I'm going to do that every single day, to graduation, to the day I die, right? And I think I had a 3-day streak going until I totally forgot about it until I started writing this. So I think my point is, we need to find a way to appreciate every single day instead of just looking forward to the check marks, right? Like this month, we got Spirit Week coming up, so maybe that's what's going to help you get through the month, right? But what's going to motivate you to get to October 21st when Spirit Week starts? What about all the days from now until then? My point is, don't lose the days in between. Take the time to notice those little moments of overwhelming beauty, even though I know they may seem hard to find, especially in times like these when the wind doesn't seem like it's going to stop blowing anytime soon. Because The thing to understand is, the whole thing about the storm lifting, it's not about things getting easier. It's about things starting to make sense. There's no such thing as true peace. Things may not ever be totally perfect, but I think there's beauty in the mystery, because it doesn't have to make sense to be beautiful. The wind is going to stop blowing someday, I promise you that. What we want to happen and what will happen could potentially be the same thing, but they could also be very different, and that's okay. As Jesus himself once said, just trust the process. No, he didn't say that, that's a joke. I think what I'm trying to say with all this is, the gospel that was read to us could not have been more perfect for where we are right now. We are all sailing in the same boat together, all trying to cross the same river, and we all have our doubts that we're going to make it to the other side. But why are you terrified? Do you not yet have faith? Do you notice the moments in your life that are beautiful? Do you allow yourself to be overwhelmed by them in addition to all the craziness? If we want to really cross the river and trust that the winds are going to die down eventually, it all starts with faith. Faith in each other, faith in ourselves, faith in God, faith in little things. Thank you.